Poor Mikari is down bad. She's literally playing wingman for Ririsa, helping her out with the outfit and everything, making her look really good, really, really good. But, I mean, it makes sense. She's trying to help out her friend that helped her get the I like you from the one that she likes. She owes her something, but, and yes, technically kept her from wearing a Virgin Killer sweatshirt. Like, why would you search for what do otaku wear? Like, yeah, sure. Anyways, we got to see the dog. We actually got to see Ririsha's dog, even though it was literally her just in the background, just wagging her tail. But yes, for those that missed it, in the last episode, we had essentially a skipped mid-chapter kind of thing where it's a perspective of the dog and she's looking after Ririsha and she's getting old to the point where she doesn't think she's going to last much longer. But upon hearing that there's this boy that Ririsha is interested in, she wants to stick around, wants to see this boy, likes to see the ships. But yeah, good episode, episode 4 of 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. I really like this episode because this gets into the cosplay stuff, which I really do like. I love that about My Dress Up Darling, really getting in the nitty gritty of cosplay and cosplay culture and all that kind of stuff. And I think it did a really good job of it based on my very surface level knowledge of cosplay. Just kind of seeing how everybody support each other. Yes, technically there being some restrictions that she technically can't get past. I like how the entire time he's concerned about the fact that she's going to be selling, like, people are going to be looking at this cosplay ROM and it's going to have her Ponzu. And she's like, no, it doesn't have anything like that. I'm not 18 yet. I can't literally sell this stuff. That would be wrong. I did like that. And technically, like, when they were in the back room, it's like the same thing. Apparently, all the cosplayers knew what her age was. And they're like, literally, no, you can't go out like that. You can't show that. Which is so funny because it's totally counter to, once again, they skipped another little segment where they went to a restaurant before they went to the actual event. And when they're in the restaurant, and this is funny why it actually stood out so much to me, is when he was helping her with her foot, my mind in watching a show that has had ecchi, not much ecchi anymore, had ecchi in it, he's going to see something. He's down like right there. He's going to see something. And so I'm like, wow, that was a missed opportunity there. Well, the manga didn't do it there either. Because the manga did it just before then. They went to a restaurant. Somebody was going to spill a bunch of water. He went and shielded Ririsa and the actual DVDs, and he caught a full-on shot of her Ponzu. Now, yes, being Ririsa, what's her immediate response? Oh, it's okay because it's cosplay, and it's totally Ero Ponzu, like really skimpy, frilly Ponzu. And so, yes, it's par for the course for her. It's okay. It's cosplay. You can look at it. She's literally lifting it in the middle of the restaurant. She's lifting up her skirt. Like, look at it. It's so dorky. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get tired of her literally being so fine with showing Ponzu because it's cosplay, which is so funny to kind of see how, I don't know. It seems like she's kind of shifts a lot whenever it comes to public. And I think a lot of that has to do with her having a lack of confidence. So she doesn't mind showing her cosplay. She's gotten comfortable showing her cosplay. But I think when it comes to a case where she doesn't feel like she's good enough, that's where she has a problem. It's not embarrassment, it's feeling not adequate enough. That's the real thing that they're kind of seemingly showing. I'm not sure if they're going to keep consistent to that, but it seems like it's been pretty consistent so far. Going to this event, she doesn't want to show up because she doesn't feel good enough. And she's seen all these people around her that she thinks is better, so she doesn't want to do it, which is going to probably be really, really cool in the next episode. I'm assuming she's going to come out there and hopefully she knocks everybody's socks off. It seems like everybody's excited the moment they've seen her coming out at the end of the episode, but it's still good stuff. But anyways, yes, getting into the episode proper, yeah, Mikari helping her out with her outfit. Yes, Ririsa looked really good. she helped her out really well. She looked really, really good. But yeah, I didn't really care so much about the beginning part of this entire episode. And I think it would have been nice to have that little bit of ecchi kind of sprinkled in there just to kind of keep it entertaining. But for the most part, this entire beginning segment is just a lot of kind of blushing back and forth and not really much communication. It's just a lot of him kind of struggling over whether it's a date or not. And her kind of having blush faces before she obviously has signs that she's not comfortable with her foot. But it was fine. I think it all kind of led up to a really good punchline, which is this brief moment of them sitting at the bench and her just kind of telling him, I don't really care. I just have fun when I'm with you. And it's really just kind of a sign of like, don't overthink things. Don't think about how I'm supposed to entertain her because we're out on a date. Just focus on being together. And for her, it's simply as, hey, I missed last night's episode. That's special. Let's watch it together. That's all she cares about. As long as I'm with you, I'm having fun. But anyhow, that goes into the actual event itself, which my my heart broke for this girl. She goes in there, she's just absolutely nervous, and at the same time, she has nothing prepared. And that does suck in the idea that when they first get there, she immediately doesn't want to cosplay. Again, because she doesn't seem like she feels adequate. Everybody else around us is amazing. I'm not as amazing as them. I don't want to do that. I can't. She's obviously embarrassed in that regard, which sucks because they don't have anything to sell. Yes, she stands there and yes, she looks beautiful, but when somebody comes up to her stand and she's like, here, buy this DVD. Now, granted, whatever's on the label, whatever's on the poster could not be what's on the DVD. There is a thing called false advertisement, and people will put these amazing shots with great lighting and whatnot on these posters, but the actual, whatever the product is, could be something completely different. Go to any fast food restaurant. You're not going to get what's on that screen. That's the best way to put it. Don't ask why I'm comparing food to, yes, consuming that medium. Anyways, so the only way that they can really kind of sell this thing is to actually have her cosplay. She has to become the billboard, which kind of sucks because I don't know how they structured this event, but typically with the layout that it seems like they have shown, my assumption here is at your booth, you can sell your DVDs. You can sell your product. But they are not there anymore. They've moved over to here where the cosplay is. So I'll be curious if, I don't know, maybe Masamune could like literally sell people the DVD as they're taking pictures of her. I don't know if they're allowed to do that over there. I don't know if they have restrictions on where you could sell, but it's one of those things where I think in the end, as long as she does get the attention and she gets credits from that, like people noticing her, that's enough because then people will want to seek out her products in the future. That's the key thing there. Even if they don't sell anything this day, it's not as if it has implied that she is hurting for money. I mean, she probably could use the money for more equipment or whatever, but the thing is here is that she wants to do this because she wants to show people her cosplay. And if she gets that successfully here, who cares if they didn't sell any DVDs? And then next time, more people will be looking for her. But anyhow, in that whole event, I did like a lot of the emphasis on several things here. Yes, technically the main key thing here being Masamune realizing, wait, people are going to look at her. And I think that was something that I think of in most cases like this, like with Dress Up Darling and whatnot, is this case of, are you going to be okay with other people seeing that? Are you going to be okay with the person that you like being put out there? It was something that I brought up in my coverage of Dangers of My Heart. That's a key thing there. When he's falling in love with this girl and she literally is a model, she puts herself out there, is he comfortable with that? Would he want her to continue to do that? In that case right there, he was wanting to support her because this was something that she loved. And it seems like with this one, Masamune is kind of jealous. Somebody else is seeing the Liliel cosplay that I love so much. And yes, some point in there realizing, wait, it's also Ririsa. Like somebody's going to see Ririsa. And now, yes, what's driving that is mostly the fact that he thinks the Ponsu shot's in there. But no, she reveals to him, no, the Ponsu shots are not in there. I'm not 18. Well, why'd you have me take those pictures? Because I want them for myself. You get to see something that nobody else in that room gets to see, Masamune. She's only showing it to you. Well, obviously, she just wants the picture for herself, but still, it is kind of funny. But yeah, eventually it does lead to him kind of saying, no, look, you're better than anybody else here. You do have a better cosplay than anybody else here. Your Liliel literally made me believe that Liliel, this 2D character, is real. And not wanting her to give up, he's sold on the idea that as long as people can see that, they will know that you have the best cosplay. It was a cute little moment, and yes, technically her being kind of flustered over the situation was really, really cute. But yes, the other thing I like in this whole segment is really just kind of the support of the other cosplayer, which I kind of assume was going to happen. Even with the earlier segment with Magino and this other guy that was with her, I assume that really quickly we're going to find out they're probably not bad people. I think there was like a little bit of a competition between the two of them. Yes, Magino coming in there and saying something pretty harsh like, oh, Liliel, you're still cosplaying that? It's like this whole thing of like, yes, technically a lot of these trends probably die very quickly. I know that there's a lot of cosplay that will stick around for a long time. Like there is some that are just, they're timeless. I mean, I doubt there's, how long is it going to be until we finally stop getting Attack on Titan cosplay? I mean, there might be a lack of it here now, but there's always going to be somebody doing certain cosplays. But yes, obviously, whatever is the new best thing is obviously what everybody's going to be trying to shoot for and racing towards. All these cosplayers are going to be picking up on the latest trends of what's really big. So yes, Magino, she's going to immediately go do this one cosplay for this new gacha game, and people are going to love it. But for Ririsa, Liliel is my character. That's the one I'm going to cosplay, which could technically be an interesting spin to the whole situation here, is that yes, despite this culture and this cosplay culture wanting to get the newest trends, she's the one that's able to go, hey, this thing isn't that old, and I'm going to do it in a way that's going to be fresh. They had at some point, some people were taking pictures of Magino, and at some point, one of the guys was like, this is boring. This doesn't excite me. And I think that is something that comes with chasing the trends. Oh, yeah, that's the newest thing. It doesn't really excite me. I guess it kind of seems like it's sort of putting it in a way of, it doesn't have that it factor. Magino cosplaying as this character is, yes, new, it's fresh, but it's not done in a way that is exciting them. Probably putting it to the cosplay itself isn't actually that good, and it was rushed, or they don't encompass the character, because that's literally what Liliel does. Liliel is all about, yes, her cosplay itself is really, really good, even though it was handmade by herself. And additionally, yes, she nails the character. Like, she knows everything about that character. And yes, like they keep putting it throughout this entire series, she has an attention to detail. Every single stitch, she looks into detail. She's just poring over that manga going, oh yeah, that's how her pantsu is. That's how the stitch is in the chest. And so she'll be able to capture people's attention because of just how perfect she looks like the character. But no, anyways, getting back to Magino, I kind of assumed like early on when it felt like it was kind of nasty again, her saying, oh yeah, that's like old. Even the guy later on's like, what year is this? Everybody's like, man, this character's super old. Why are you still cosplaying that? I kind of felt like Magino was going to be kind of tough love. Like, she's a competitive, pushing them. Like, even Agino, yes, was making some really snooty remarks, but it felt like he was at least trying to bump them. Like, hey, you gotta talk to people. Like, if you don't have posters, you have to sell it. And I thought that was him basically saying, hey, get this girl in the cosplay. How the hell? You need to make her the poster child of the actual product. You need to give people a visual about what they're buying. And so, yeah, it's like, they kind of seem mean, but at the same time, they were at least pushing them. They were saying, hey, try this out. Do this. Yes, not so much in Magino, but at least the guy was trying to at least bump them. But yeah, when they go to change, Masamune running into the Ikemen, running into the cosplaying Ikemen, they're like, oh man, all cosplayers need somebody like you. You're going to take care of your girl. But no, I like the back room. Again, another case of censorship. Really is expected. They just completely clothe everybody in the back room. What I liked about the whole segment, obviously, is everybody kind of jumping in to help her, which I kind of assumed was going to happen. The moment she's like, oh, I'm missing this, I'm like, yeah, they're going to come in and help her. Somebody comes in, hey, do you need a hairnet? Yeah, I got this. I have like a whole bunch of extras of these. Yeah, I forgot mine too, so now I carry extras. Everybody's kind of throwing in. Everybody's like, yeah, everybody's first time. We all borrow from other people, and they all kind of take care of each other. It was sweet. And then, yes, technically her actually running into her old senpai. That was kind of cute. I should have expected that, but it was cute. And yeah, her nearly walking out with the pantsu. Don't worry, it's just cosplay. No, you still can't do that. It's like she has to be told, no, doesn't matter if it's the cosplay. That is still pantsu. You can't go out there like that. Here, wear mine. She just rips them off. Here, I'm leaving anyways. You could take this. Well, actually, no, she said that she was gonna finish early. Like, she literally gave up her time cosplaying so that Leisha could. It was really sweet. But yeah, I'm assuming that she's gonna go out there, probably floor everybody. I'll be curious again if they manage to sell any of the DVDs. And again, like I said, I don't know that they necessarily indicate that she cares, other than the fact that she wanted people to have her cosplay. I mean, again, at that point, she should have just gave it away. I'm kind of curious why she's got it so expensive. Because everybody that came up is like, look, is it got pantsu in there or whatever? And she's like, no, it's no pantsu. It's safe for work. Oh, well, that's a bit too expensive for that. So it kind of implies the fact that it's got a higher price tag just because they thought it was going to be R18 or whatever, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. And so why does she have the price up so high unless it just cost her a lot to make the DVDs, which shouldn't be much because, let's face it, cases and DVDs are really cheap. Like the fact that it's okay. I wrote the title on all of them. I'm like, that poor girl didn't get any time to do anything for those things. They should have spent all that extra time they had in the morning to go freaking print something out. You're too busy running around to empty shops and closed stores. You should have just printed some freaking labels. Anyhow, that's my thoughts on episode 4. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, hit that like button down below, comment, let me know what's the episode. I did say if you're new here, make sure to subscribe before you leave. If you want to support the channel, I have links in the description below. Greatly appreciate what it does, and y'all take care.